What up, what up, what up, man? We back. Heart of the City in the building, man. Episode 115, man. And New York City is cracking. Got the coach back up in the building, man. So you know we about to get it popping tonight. Knicks in action, Nets in action, Giants hiring, Jets hiring, people getting traded, people getting released. There's all kind of wacky stuff going on in the city right now, man. We here to get right into it, man. Coach's Corner and Coach's Segment coming as well. All that and much more, man. But before we get started, man, Coach, we got to welcome the coach back to the building, man. Warm round of applause, man. Welcome back, Coach. How you doing, brother?
Yo, I'm good, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, for always carrying on. And yeah, I'm back, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, man, I got Big Pat on the controls, man. Let's hit it, bro, man. Let's get to intro, man. Let's get this thing popping, son. No time to be.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. We are back, man. We are back, man. And man, the city that loves to lose, man. That's what New York has been, man. As of recent, man. Outside of course your Liberty, coach. These guys can't get out their own way. You know what I'm saying? They can't get out their own way. So and it just goes back to the trade deadline, of course. You know, we touched on the trade deadline. Go watch NBA Heat Check on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Go check that out exclusively on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Go check that out. And look, we talked about it. Not a lot of action from the two local teams during the trade deadline, coach. So I want to get into that first, man, before we go around the city. What was your thoughts about what the Knicks did or didn't do at the trade deadline, man? And I'm going to tell you what I think about the Nets, man, if y'all don't already know, but I want to hear what you got to say about the Knicks, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button on your way in, man. Heart of the City here. Appreciate you tapping in. Nets, Daniel Berry Sports. Salute. What's good with you, Coach?
Well, I understand, and I'm not upset that they didn't do the Giannis trade. Because you would really have to strip this team down to bring him in here. To be honest with you, to get whatever Milwaukee needed, New York doesn't have it. So it doesn't make sense. you need Towns to step up now. If Towns plays, see, he's just too up and down right now. If he plays at the top All-Star level that he's capable of, yeah, it makes New York a lot more difficult. But one of the things that has been really aggravating for me is it's the same thing that happened in the past with Julius Randle. You're sitting down at the other end of the court crying to the referees instead of, you know what, get your butt back down on the defensive end and just if you got to talk to them, talk to them at timeout, talk to them during the timeout. Stop complaining, get back down there, and be the type of player that New York had envisioned when he first came here. And then all this, I get it. He's not getting a lot of the physical calls, but the flopping and falling on the ground sometimes, it's like you can sit here and say, how many times is it going to be? 3? Is it going to be 4 times that he's falling on the ground during the course of the game? It's not like he's diving for loose balls. He's trying to attack the paint. The refs are not giving you the call right now. Then you got to figure out and do something else. You have too much in your bag to be this type of a player. And I think that's the reason why the Knicks are the way they are. Now, the Alvarado, I love that move. I really do. I said it to you at the start. I said, oh, he scored 26 points tonight. Yeah. So it's like, but the thing that I love is his defensive tenacity. That's taking you back where his on-ball pressure and then that little sneaky thing that he does where he'll sit back after the ball, the Knicks will score, and then he'll sit back, wait for the other team to inbound and come from behind and steal the ball. So it's little things like that. And, that's what you need. Let him be the agitator and, that thing. And then he brings that New York, that Brooklyn toughness. So,
what can you say? And all of us.
Yeah. So, I do like that move. I do definitely like that move. Overall, I think they did fine. Other than yesterday's loss, with what you did today, it's like, come on, you got to be consistent with it. If they can play like if they play like they played today, they're tough to beat. I'm going to be honest with you. They're going to be tough. So
we're going to get into it, man. But now, what the Nets did was bought in Ojabi, Achachi, or Atami, or something like. I don't know. No disrespect to him, but I don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? The problem here was, the release of Cam Thomas, who, by the way, scored 34 points tonight?
34 points off the bench.
So for Milwaukee, let him go to the. That's right. That's good job. Good job. Leaf, I got you, bro. You're gonna have to give me and coach just a little bit to cook. Coach is back for the first time, man. I gotta cook with Coach, man. Bro, this they get rid of Cam Thomas and get nothing for him. Then he goes to your rival team or one of the teams in your conference to make them better. Oh, by the way, didn't you supposedly want Giannis? Who's he playing with now? Imagine if Cam Thomas is the piece that Giannis needs to keep Giannis happy. Good job. That's what they did. A big old nothing burger. Now, the young players look good, and we'll get into all that, man. But very disappointing trade deadline, man, for the local teams, man. Just wanted to get that out the way before we actually get into the action, man. We're about to go around the city. Big Pat, take us around the city, bro, man. We got to walk these blocks, bro. We got to see what the hell going on out here in New York, because it has not been right. You know, it has not been right as of late, man. But we're gonna go around the city, man. We're gonna come right back.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. Let's get into it here tonight, man. And I'm gonna start here, man, with the Brooklyn Nets, who I was just speaking of. The Nets, who are actually up in this game for a good while, you know, until they gave up the goods, you know, got outscored 31-20 in the fourth quarter, as you see right there. High man for the Nets, Nolan Traore. I think that's how you pronounce his name. If I mispronounce it, my bad, man. But coach, I think this kid's gonna be pretty good. Just me as a basketball, you know, guys, if you want to call it that. I see the talent, and I see why they drafted him, and I do think he is a true type point guard. And what I mean by true type point guard is his ball skills and his ball vision is pretty good. It's exceptional. 8 assists tonight. Did have 5 turnovers, but you get better with time. Danny Wolf is another one. I think, you know, plays with tenacity. So they got some young players here, but the Nets are clearly tanking, and the tanking thing in the NBA is starting to piss people off, coach, because you know, they was talking about it on ESPN today, and it's just they sitting guys. I mean, what Washington did. I mean, you know, you just, it's just blatant and obvious. You know, they're not hiding it. It's kind of how I talk about it in the NFL. When the NFL, you know, it's kind of a hidden secret. In the NBA, it's an open secret. And so, but it's just becoming to the point where it's just like egregious. You know what I'm saying? And the Nets fall into that category too, man, because they've done it this year, man. You know, sat players and just, you know, put out a lineup of, you know, first timers and lose a game, you know. So not saying they did that this game. The Pacers are a tough team. They beat the Knicks last night, so the Pacers get the New York two-step sweep. And the Nets were up in this game, so I ain't gonna give them too hard of a time about this one, but start building your team out, man. I'm tired of this losing, tanking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, get a winning coach in there, get a winning attitude, man. Let these guys build out something. You know, we'll see how it turns out, but they get the L tonight, man. What's your thoughts on the Nets, coach, before we turn our attention to the Knicks?
You said it best, bro. I mean, this culture that you're creating, you know, you think that you're, quote unquote, positioning yourself to get a higher draft pick. But what's to say these kids hit? I mean, we've seen time and time again. Simmons with Philadelphia, Anthony Bennett when he came out with Cleveland. I mean, how many number 1 overall draft picks have flopped? And this goes all the way back to the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just a new type of thing now. So that's why it's like, you know what? Just play and compete. And then what are you teaching, not just your players, but the young kids who watch the NBA? You know, is that what you're supposed to do? Is just go out there and half-hearted? You know, I as a competitor, I wasn't groomed like that. I wasn't raised like that. I just can't accept that. I don't care. Look, if you beat me, you beat me. I always say, you know what? Beat me. I'm gonna go look at the tape, see what I did wrong, and see what I got to do to improve. If that means you're just that much better and stronger, then I got to get into the weight room. I got to do the other things to really improve myself. But to put, you know, a JV squad out there in a sense, playing with the varsity, no, you don't do things like that. To me, what about the respect for the game? What about the honor for the game? You know, I mean, aren't you disrespecting those that came before you? You know, just look at the Nets organization throughout the years. I mean, we may joke about it and whatever, but they've had some great talent. You know, Jay Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Keith Van Horn. I mean, going all the way back to Dr. J and John Williamson back in the 70s in the ABA. There has always been talent here with the Nets organization, and you competed to the best of your ability. Were there some losing at times? Yes, of course. But that happens with everyone. I don't care who it is. There's no team in pro sports that goes full circle and never has a losing season. Things happen. But then you go back out there and you compete. So that's all I got to say about the Nets, man.
I'm gonna give you the link a little bit later here, Leaf, man, and I want to get your thoughts. Leaf called the game tonight. Y'all go subscribe to. I see you use the thumbnail too. That's what's up. Y'all go subscribe to Leaf's Nets visual. Dope, man. Appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna get your thoughts on the Nets, but let's get to the Knicks real quick. They absolutely manhandle the Philadelphia 76ers, who, you know, to their credit, was without, I don't think Embiid played in this game.
No, Embiid, Paul George, they were out a pretty good.
Yeah, well, Paul George is suspended, but
suspended. No, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. So, but Maxey had 32 to lead the charge for the Sixers as expected. The Knicks, as you mentioned, Alvarado, 26, Mikal Bridges, 22, and Karl Anthony Towns, 21 and 11. The Knicks gonna be good all the way up into the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they're gonna have a fucking problem. And that problem is Detroit. That problem is Detroit. Right now, that problem is Detroit. I think you got Boston, because Boston ain't just Boston is good, but they ain't Boston without Tatum. I don't care. Jaylen Brown is having a phenomenal season, but I do not think Boston is that team like that that's going to get out the East. Your problem right now is Detroit, a young, hungry, pissed off team because you beat them last year, and they coming for you, and they throttled you 2 times already this season. Personally, I thought a trade for Giannis would have swung the momentum in the Knicks' favor, but I do understand not making that move right now if you can get a better deal in the summer. But that's my issue with the Knicks right now, is that Pistons team just looks like, eesh.
I'm about to say something that might piss you off.
I don't know what you're going to do with them boys. You know what I'm saying? The Cavs made a move for Harden, but nobody trust James Harden.
No, all I'm going to say is if they continue to what they're doing right now, what's one of the things that James Harden has always done well is
not performing in the playoffs.
All right. But seriously, I'm being serious. He's helped elevated the big guys. He really has everywhere he's been for the most part. And if you can, because I just saw the other day that Allen had like 26 points with him. And I'm like, he don't ever score like that. He doesn't ever score like that. Now, if you get those two, I think they match up. And that's the thing that Cleveland can put a kibosh on both New York and Detroit. That's going to be the thing. Now, Detroit plays with a level of physicality, but can they match up with the double bigs that Cleveland can bring? And if Harden can take some of the pressure off of Mitchell, it changes their whole dynamic. So, and that's what I've been looking at, because when they got him, I'm like, because at first I was like, Harden, but then I looked at what he was doing this season. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, he's really been balling. And I'm like, and he got there and he's all right. And I'm looking at and listening to the little reports. And I'm like, you know what? We better not sleep on Cleveland. Cleveland might sneak up and kick both teams in the hind parts.
That is possible, Coach. I wonder whether the chemistry works out in the end. And it's just a James Harden thing. I'm not saying James Harden is a bad guy. It's just one of those players that it's hard to win with because of, his style of play for one, and then the moment, it's like I don't like these players that's always looking to get out of spots. Like him, Kevin Durant, like it's odd to me. It's like, okay, you not good nowhere, bro. You can't make a home, settle down nowhere. Yeah, he did it for a while in Houston, but then wanted out of Houston, wanted out of Brooklyn, wanted out of the Clippers.
No, he said he never wanted out of the Clippers. Wanted to send him out. He did not want to leave the Clippers. You can't put that on him. You can't put this one on him. You got to be fair. All the other ones, you're right. You're right.
So say it wasn't the case with the Clippers. Still alarming that you keep getting traded.
I got you. That's fair. That's fair.
And that's my only thing. Talent-wise, I think Cleveland is the most talented team. Just because of what you said with the two big guys and the fact that they have two guards that can put up 50 on you at any given time. That's dangerous. Chemistry worries me. Basketball is a big chemistry sport.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because you only playing with five guys. If one of those five don't like you, it look weird out there. You see what I'm saying? It's not smooth. So, but outside of that, Knicks stay pat, and they don't. They make the move for Alvarado, which is turning out to be a pretty good move. Like you said, 26 tonight.
We got Landry Shamet coming back from injury. He's been balling. Now OG is out. OG is out right now. He's always out with an injury. But the thing is, if these guys, Clarkson has been in a tailspin. So it's like, but Diawara, don't sleep on that young kid. That's that's another reason why they sent what's his name out of here? Yeah. Because Diawara it's legitimate 6'10", can handle the rock, can shoot the three, can play defense, can rebound, he can facilitate a little bit. So he's just a second-year player. So it's like, okay, he has to develop a little bit more. But you see it when you look. They have talent here. So everything, though, that I see with the Knicks more than anything falls on OG's injuries and Karl Anthony Towns. If Karl Anthony Towns is playing at a high level, the Knicks are going to be hard. I don't care if it is you can tell me Detroit all you want, but if Karl Anthony Towns is not playing with these little antics and falling all over the place, and he's playing angry and pissed off and hitting good shots, I like our chances. I do. I like our chances even against Detroit. So, still got roughly 20 something, 30 games left. We'll see. Maybe this break can help.
Yeah, maybe so, man. So we're gonna get to we're gonna circle back to the basketball here. I'm gonna bring Leaf in medicine in a little while, but I want to get to some football stuff while we circle these blocks. So first off, I'm going to start with the Giants and
New York Giants.
Sound effect guy. He's back. All right. Giants hire Bill Callahan to join John Harbaugh's staff. Callahan You see what they did there, the Titans and the Titans and Giants are a mess, boy. Both these franchises, something else, boy. They swapped.
We did the trade, yeah.
Coaches. Brian Dable goes over there to be their offensive coordinator, which is the ex-head coach of the Giants. Their ex-head coach, Brian Callahan, comes over here to be our offensive guy or co-coordinator, whatever the hell, quarterback coach.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that going on. And I we haven't talked in a while, so I want to get your move on your thoughts on some of this coaching stuff. You are our resident coach, so I want to get your thoughts on some of this coaching news here for the Giants. I'm going to pull up their offensive staff here via Twitter, as you can see it here on the screen. So those are the guys they got: Matt Nagy, Greg Roman, Brian Callahan, Willie Taggart, Chad Hall, Tim Kelly, and Mike Bloomgren. So Roman, Callahan was a coach, and Nagy was a head coach before. So, you got a couple of head coaches on your staff. Is this a good thing or bad thing, Coach?
I think you've had 5 head coaches between the NFL and college on the offensive side of the ball. And the experience, the level of experience, that's very good. Because this is something that you can help develop a young quarterback. Willie Taggart, people forget, he was a head coach in college. Oregon, I think Florida State, I believe it was South Florida, if I'm not mistaken, and it was one more. And I think it was Tim Kelly was another, was it Kelly or Bloomgren? One of the two were also a head coach. Callahan, we just said, Nagy in Chicago, and people kill him for Chicago, but really he didn't have a quarterback. But everything that you
man was
see
working
here,
with Justin Fields, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We know what Justin Fields is about, bro.
But see, everything you see right here, the knowledge, you're gearing everything. Not just, it's not going to be just for Jackson Dart, but he has a plethora that he could sit down, whether it's Taggart as the running back coach or Bloomgren or Greg Roman. You have a lot that you can sit down, that they can sit down and break down his game and help him become a better quarterback in the NFL. So I like what he has done, what Harbaugh has done. He's also added key pieces to help other coaches who are weak in one phase, and you brought someone who can help strengthen him. Nagy is good in the pass game. Roman is good in the run game. What does that do? It gives you good balance. It does. It gives you good balance there. So I really do like it. I like what they do. Now look, what are they going to teach these guys? See, that's the other thing, because we always talk about, Brian Dable. You guys know him. I've been saying it since the middle of the year too. He wasn't a head coach. And that's the trickle down to all the other coaches. Now you have coaches. You have grown men that, and I hear that quite often with some of the other content creators and on Twitter and everyone. And what we have been saying for a few years? We need grown men. We need adults in the room.
Right.
And guess what? We have it now. We have it. Starting with John Harbaugh. And shout out to him for bringing in, what's her name? Because she...
Dawn,
yes.
The senior VP.
The things that she did with the league office, she's bringing to the Giants. Ponte, I think is her name. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm going to keep the focus right here on the coaches. That's all I'm going to keep it on. But I really do like what I'm seeing. So hopefully we can start getting some players in here, because that's going to be the next thing. With free agency before we get to the draft, so on and so forth. How are we going to construct this team? Who's going to be here? Who's going to be cut, extended, just as our free agents are who we're going to let go and who we're going to bring back. I'm intrigued to see that. I'm intrigued. So,
speaking of, so we're going to get to one such player who will be the topic of discussion here for the New York Giants during this offseason, and that is one Mr. Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau. Lots and lots and lots of rumors about Kayvon Thibodeau possibly being traded this offseason by the New York Giants. The New York Giants did pick up his 5th-year option. So he will, I imagine they still want him on the team. I mean, you don't usually do that. Anyway, but they drafted Abdul Carter. They got Brian Burns, who had a phenomenal season. Everybody's looking at it like, well, got to get rid of Kayvon Thibodeau. You can't have too many of them pass rushes. One of them got to go. All you need is 2 now. According to Twitter fans, you can't listen up now. You got too many horses in the room, in the stable. That's what fans would lead you to believe, man. But the rumors are true. And I think if the Giants did get a good deal, they would move on from Kayvon Thibodeau. That being said, I don't think it's a smart move. It's not a move I would make. But the risk you have is he walks and you don't get anything for him, especially if he balls out this year and goes crazy, which is possible given the other 2 guys they got on the team. You know what I'm saying? And the attention that they're going to get. Thoughts about Kayvon Thibodeau before we get to the article. I'm going to read a couple of landing spots and see what you think about it. But what are your thoughts about Kayvon, and do you think the Giants should be looking to trade him?
Okay. As a fan, no. As a coach, no. I'm not looking to trade him. I don't subscribe to the theory you only need 2. Our last 2 Super Bowls, what was the basic foundation of that group? Those groups, the defensive line, and you had multiple ends. I mean, you bumped Justin Tuck inside sometimes. Kiwanuka. I mean, JPP on it. I mean, no, you don't. This theory that you only need 2. No, you can never have enough defensive ends or outside or edges, however you want to categorize the position. The point I'm making is you can never have enough, because you know what? You got to rotate, get a good rotation going, and also tire out offensive linemen. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes,
Right.
You got a speed guy, and the next thing you know, a power guy comes in, and we just saw it on the Super Bowl where what's his name got put on flat on his butt from a power move. It gets inside the tackles' heads. So no, I'm not. Now, if you're talking about the money thing, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not. But if you ask me, I'm keeping Kayvon, because he's also our most physical
Run defender. You know what I'm saying?
Guy.
Yeah,
he is. I mean, nothing against Burns.
He's
or
the best
Abdul.
one on run defense on the edge. Yeah.
Yes, his level of physicality, and I'm watching his training from studying martial arts to wrestling. Like, this dude is really in his bag trying to improve his game. He's not a high sack producer. Well, you know what? Go watch.
You could tell that dude has a high level of intelligence too.
Yes, he does.
You could tell.
Yes, he does.
You know what I'm saying? And he come off arrogant. That's what people think about me. Like, people like that come off arrogant. You know what I'm saying?
And I'd rather have an arrogant son of a gun than going out there to look.
But that means he's a smart football player, right? He ain't do no dumb stuff.
Where in New York do we talk about it? I mean, criticize arrogance? We had probably the most arrogant son of a gun ever to play for the New York Football Giants in LT. He was arrogant son of a gun. So don't spare me this theory. And yes, it's an old coach talking. You know, it's a new day and age. I don't care. If you're talking about arrogance, I'd rather have a guy who's arrogant and go out there and beat the living crap out of the opponent and put the fear of God in their soul. Seriously, you want to be arrogant? Okay, I'll take an arrogant son of a gun anytime. Seriously, you know, I mean, I get it. People have their preference or whatever, and you're entitled to it, and I'm entitled to mine. And that's one dude I would love for him. I would love to coach him. I would love to coach him. Because one of the other things I would do is I would get him, and that's one of the lost arts in the trenches today, is the counter move. Because all I see sometimes is the counter move. Some guys will do one move to go to just the bull rush. Well, you know, sometimes what's the rip to the spin? If you do that, what's the spin? I mean, what's the swim, you know, to another move? I mean, there's so many things. What's step one way and cross face
that's when you got. That's when you good with your hands. That's why they study martial arts and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. Your hands, your footwork, every little thing. You know, playing half a man, whole man. You know, attack the V. I mean, there's just little things that, you know, I would love to take defensive linemen and take them back to the old school. I'm telling you, and just watch some of the film, because you beat them with speed early in the game. Next thing you know, you hit them with power. You hit them with a spin move. You hit them with the swim move. I mean, it's you shoot two gaps away, and they're standing there because they didn't know what else to do. So it's just little things like that. Man, let me shut up. That's what I think about Kayvon.
Kayvon Thibodeau. He should get a good contract, man. And hopefully it's by the New York Giants. I hope they don't start doing this stuff again where they start letting their good players walk and go to other teams. But let's hope John Harbaugh changes that. I want to see Kayvon Thibodeau go out there, play good in this new defense that they're putting together. And get a contract, man, and be because we need people like Kayvon Thibodeau in New York, man. You know what I'm saying? People that's going, you know, pretty much stand up for themselves and be a leader out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I like KT, man. As an individual, you know what I'm saying, as a player, and I do think the New York Giants need him on their team. If he gets traded, let's see some of the spots he could end up at. Y'all gonna love this. Detroit. Can you imagine him over there with Aiden Hutchinson, the top two pass rushers of that draft class? 2022 class was 2022, yeah.
Man,
let's see what they say. All right. Detroit Lions should be considered one of the most aggressive teams this coming offseason when it comes to acquiring a potential big name edge to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. We could see over the past couple seasons how lack of the Robin to Hutchinson's Batman was a detriment, and it's something General Manager Brad Holmes has to fix this offseason. And interestingly enough, Thibodeau is actually the 2022 NFL draft classmate with Hutchinson. Imagine the Lions being able to pair two of the most coveted defensive players from that class. Again, the investment in a player like Thibodeau is likely short-term at first, but he's only going to be 26 later this year. And this could end up being a huge pickup on a low-risk deal for a team like Detroit. I love this fit right here. I love it. And that's going to make Detroit boom, baby, boom.
And think about too, it makes a lot of sense because of the vision. Chicago with Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Now Minnesota,
Kayvon's used to playing Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts and freaking Jaden Daniels.
So, I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense, to put him there with Hutchinson, and a couple of other key pieces on the defensive side. And you know what? It will put them right back in contention for the NFC Championship. So
yeah, I do like this one, man. All right, next one, Cincinnati Bengals. All right, let's see what they say. Nobody needs help defensively as much as the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, maybe the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want them going over there, do you? But the Bengals are kind of the AFC's version of the Cowboys, right? The Bengals are set to lose star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson in free agency this offseason, and there really is no plan in place to replace him. The Bengals have the 10th pick in this year's draft, and they could land an edge rusher there, but rolling the dice on someone like Thibodeau, if the price is right, would be a smart gamble for them. The Bengals need bodies as much as they need star power, and if Thibodeau can reach his potential in Cincinnati, GM Duke Tobin is going to look like a genius. Y'all already did this with BJ Hill, New York Giants. You traded a good player for the low over to Cincinnati to help their defense. All right, we got you, Pat, to help their defense. But why, if you only going to pay Trey Henderson, what you going to get Kayvon Thibodeau for? Sorry, pay the guy you got over there, man. That's a star. I like KT, but he's not Trey Henderson, not yet.
I'll say
so.
That.
Like, what do you, bro? Before you go there, though, I'm just saying, pay the guy you got in the building. I don't like this fit for the Giants' perspective as far as trading them to Cincinnati, because you already did that. And it ain't work out well for you. And I don't like it for Cincinnati or Kayvon Thibodeau's perspective. This one is a no for me. But what you think?
Of course it's a no, but I mean, if you're going to give me the number 10 pick, now, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't think they're giving up 10.
No, I know that. I know that. I'm saying, if you're going to give me the number 10 pick,
KT,
I love you, bro, but
you get a tip for that. They had that to be a real dumb GM like
exactly. But as a Giants, that's the only way I'm trading them to Cincinnati. Yeah, that's why I said that, because it's either you give me the number 10 or you know what, I'm not even entertaining it. I'm just not.
Y'all already got us. You ain't getting us again. All right. Last one here. This is from NFL Spin Zone, whatever site this is. Tennessee Titans. Titans are poised for an extremely aggressive offseason for a variety of reasons. First of all, the most importantly, they discovered their franchise QB in the 2025 season with number 1 overall pick Cam Ward. Secondly, the Titans have nearly $100 million available in cap space to spend. So the cost to acquire a player like Thibodeau would be virtually nothing for them. Brian Dable is on the Titans staff as their offensive coordinator, and he could vouch for Thibodeau, who would be a huge piece for Rob Saleh's defense in Tennessee. Again, a lot of excitement of adding a player like Thibodeau would hinge on the ability to stay healthy, but you certainly would feel good about a coach like Saleh getting the best out of him. This one is like kind of iffy. So I'm gonna go good, def with Detroit, bad with Cincinnati, and this one is kind of like, I don't know. The Saleh connection, because Rob Saleh can put together a defense. He did it with the Jets, did it with 49ers. Like, that's one thing that dude can do. I like that part of it. I like the part that he's going to get paid. The part I don't like is you over there with Brian Dable, Rob Saleh, and who? Gus Bradley. And you in Tennessee, which the Titans are probably the worst franchise in that division outside. If because even Jacksonville's like, nah, son, we ain't at the bottom no more. Yeah, kind of iffy. I could see a way it could work because the Titans have put together some good defenses. So defensively, as far as if you just want to perform and get your name out there and be that dude, make your money, I love it. If you're trying to go somewhere and win and get off a losing team, this is an awful choice.
But I mean, you have Houston. They need to improve their offensive line, and if they don't, he could eat there. Indianapolis does have a good offensive line. Same thing with Jacksonville, but he can still go out there and produce. And if he makes plays against all those quarterbacks there, then it will bode well. And plus, you have what's his name, interior tackle. Was it Jeffrey Simmons?
Jeffrey Simmons, yep.
And like you said, Saleh as a defensive coach. I mean, it would bode well for him there. So I understand the logic. I do. I really do. So, if the Giants were to entertain that, it's first of all, it's what are you getting back for him? In Tennessee, maybe a second because they're going to be up there in the top of the second round.
You can get a Tennessee second. That's like a first.
Exactly. So that's why it's like, all right, I get it. I understand.
But I don't think they're going to get a second for him.
No, and not from Tennessee.
It's going to be like a third.
And that's where
they trade him.
That's where I'm not trading him for a third. I'm sorry, I'm just not.
And I think the Giants, the only reason the Giants want to do is because they don't have a third round pick this year. So they're trying to get that third round pick back. And I'm like, nah, this is not worth it, bro. You
ain't pimping me for no third round draft.
Right. It's not worth it. But that's gonna be the offer. Because you gotta think, teams at the top of the draft can take a first round edge rusher this year on a rookie contract. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the third rounder is more valuable to give up for a veteran player because it's guaranteed immediate impact and you're willing to pay for that. You see what I'm saying?
Look at what you just said. They're willing to take a first round draft pick on a rookie contract. Well, don't the Giants already have that? Abdul Carter is on a rookie contract.
Yeah, I'm talking about a team that would trade a first for Kayvon Thibodeau wouldn't do it because if you're in the draft, why are you gonna go trade your first round pick for Kayvon Thibodeau when you can just go and get a rookie? Is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. The Giants don't need to take a pass.
No, you already had, and that's my point. And then here's the other thing, though, because if you do trade Kayvon, you do still have to replace him. You really do.
Yeah,
you're not going
to replace him though. You see what I'm saying? They're not.
That's my point. That's why they don't need. You're going to bring some Buster Brown up in here? No.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to drop from your starters to your second. Where guess what? Even if Kayvon is coming off the bench, there really isn't a drop. You have 3 starting edge rushers. So no, I'm not even considering it. Like I said, nope. I just can't.
All right. We're gonna leave it there with the New York Giants. I do want to get to the New York Jets here, and the one thing I want to talk about here with the Jets is some of their free agents. One big name is Breece Hall, but the other name is Elijah Tucker, and that's who we're going to be discussing here.
New York Jets.
All right, so now everybody's talking. A lot of people in the Jets community are talking about, Breece Hall, the big free agent name for the Jets, but I'm looking at, as you say, the sexy fatties, because this cat right here, and this right here, and we can go through this list for fun if you like. This is the top 2026 free agent interior offensive lineman, okay? So not tackles.
And there's 2 on that list that I do want.
Yeah, you see Linderbaum there, Siamalo, David Edwards,
Mhm.
but there is Vera Tucker. So we're gonna discuss Elijah Vera Tucker here. I got my coach in the building. So we're gonna get our football and talk on. Vera Tucker. He was out last year, he tore his triceps, and but the year before last, this was his grade. 1,166 snaps, PFF grade of 79.2. It says a torn triceps closed the curtain on Vera Tucker's 2025 campaign before began the third season-ending injury of his young career. That is concerning. He has established himself as a promising guard, earning 3 straight 70-plus PFF overall grades and allowing the 4th lowest pressure rate, 2.8% among guards in 2024. You talked about him a lot, Coach. And I know what kind of talent he has here. Is it worth the Jets bringing him back, given the fact that the injury history and they got a new coaching staff over there with Frank Wright, the offensive coordinator now, and of course Aaron Glenn, the head coach. Is this a move? Because there's 2 key moves I'm gonna be talking about here with the Jets. I'm gonna give you guys more Jets content on Unpopular Opinion Sports, just so we can be more well-rounded over here. The 2 things I'm gonna be talking about here is Vera Tucker and Breece Hall. Now, the Breece Hall thing, I think is a done deal. I think he's gone. But Vera Tucker, because somebody's gonna pay Breece Hall contract. I don't know if the Jets are gonna do that. They drafted Braylon Allen. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of mold Aaron Glenn is. He seems like a little bit of a hard, you know what I'm saying? So Vera Tucker, you got to bring him back, man. I don't know, man. It is a risk though, because those injuries are concerning. But what are your thoughts, man, on Vera Tucker?
It's about how much money you're going to pay him. That's really what it boils down to. Because if he's commanding top level interior offensive lineman pay, then no. It's either that or you give him a low in terms of years. Maybe you give him the high value average per year, but instead of maybe a 5-year, you give him a 3-year with a team option for the 4th year. So and then you guarantee maybe the first 2 years, and then you see what you have after that. And again, I think interior offensive linemen are what about 18, 17, 18.
See, I'm trying to look it up. I think he was hold up. I got you. I think he was they looking at like 12 mil for Vera Tucker.
So now if you're gonna do that
a year,
3 years, 36 with 2 years guaranteed, or 24. Let's just say 26 guaranteed. Okay, I can understand the Jets doing that over 3 years, and they give him a team option at 4 years because you want to see what's going to happen with the injuries. But 3 years in a row, that's the issue because he's injured every year. So it's like, do you really want to ante up now?
So there it is right there. Tucker, it's a 12-8. It says, Drew, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. 12-8 is Vera Tucker's
But how many years? The thing is, that's why I said the
year. That's going to be up to like the team thing, man. But I think a guard like that, I think he's going to get way more than that, though. I'm thinking you looking at like 20, maybe.
No, I think most interiors are the highest one I think is 18, if I'm not mistaken. 18.
Well, Tyler Linderbaum's getting 20. So if Tyler Linderbaum's going to get 20, you could probably put Vera Tucker at like 15, 16.
Exactly.
Because the dude is good, but it's the injuries. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said the years. is going to be key to everything. I can't see someone giving him a 5-year contract. I just can't.
Nah.
So that's why I said 3 years.
He might get a 1-year prove it deal. He might.
And now if you're going to give a 1 year at 15, then okay, I could see that. And then you know what? If he's playing well and he's not injured, then you have the ability to extend him. So, and if the Jets want to do that, then okay, I could see that. So, but Pat says Vera Tucker 2 years, 20, so that's 14 mil.
Yeah, so I was right around with
that, and I said the years, right? So that's going to be the key with him. So approve a year, 2 years, 3 years tops, maybe. If going based on that, or the third year is a team option.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. If I'm a team, I want 2 years. You know why I want 2 years? Because that first, I want you in the building. So that first year, if you pop, I still got you on my team.
But are you guaranteeing those 2 years? That's going to be that's the thing.
You work the contract out where you have an option. You do it, man. They do it all the time, and
I know, you're right.
In the league, it's called 1-and-1s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this 1 year, then 1 year player option or team option.
But that's why
you want the team. The team want the team option. Player want the player option. So depending on how you negotiate your contract, that's where it end up at. So if I'm a team, I'm doing 2 years team option after the first year.
Okay. Now, I can see that. That's fair. So that's why when you said 2 years, I'm thinking you're saying you want 2 years in with the third year.
Not guaranteed. That's what the NFL players is fighting for, that guaranteed money. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, past the year, the injury history will bring his market down a little bit. No cap his first year, no guaranteed the second year, which will open up negotiations.
There you go. Now, I think the Jets will jump on that. I think the Jets will jump on something like that. So, but the question is now: is Vera Tucker going to get, and someone else outside of Florham Park is probably going to have to pay more now? So, and that's where it comes into play. The Jets say we'll give you 2 years, like you said, with the 1-and-1. Now he knows he has that. Now, if he goes out there and someone is willing to give him the 2-and-1, then he might take that because at least he knows 2 is guaranteed. So, but again, it's going to be interesting. So, and like I said, his injury history is going to be the whole issue.
They will fight over these linemen. I'm gonna tell you, you're right about that, because there's a lot of good linemen up here. You know what I'm saying? We can go through this. This is all the free agents and their grades. You just start with the top 3. You got Lindenbaum, you got Ciamalo, and then you got the dude David Edwards from Buffalo, who's very, very good, man. He helps with that run game with Cook. So, I mean, you starting there, and then you thinking about the second tier of Vera Tucker's Biatino, Tono, and then Zeitler, the veteran, the old man, who's coming back from Tennessee. So you got the Titans as well. That's going to be in that mix for get line. You think they want to get Cam Ward some help too, right? Those teams that drafted rookies last year are going to be looking to help those rookies out with linemen, and so you're going to see the Titans, you're going to see the Giants, I don't know what the Browns are doing. I can't even put them in there, but the Saints, you're going to see the Saints try to make.
Don't forget you have a new head coach, so. And,
I still don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just saying but if you look at what he did with Baltimore,
they will not commit to Shedeur Sanders, so I can't even say, like, they're so hedging on that. It's kind of like you're not building nothing because you still don't know whether you got the guy that you want at quarterback.
Oh, that's understandable because
That's
if you
on them.
don't know, yeah. I mean, you have a new coach, so he really doesn't know what he has in Shedeur.
We got a new coach too, but our coach ain't waffling. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I mean the Giants. But yeah. So you got these linemen here. And I'm telling you, man, for either the Jets or the Giants, man, there's one of the Giants guys, Greg Van Roten. You want to upgrade from that cat, but yeah. Jets, Giants, they gotta get line. That's what's killing these teams.
I mean, go back. No, scroll back down for a second.
That's what's killing these teams.
Keep going. Stop. I did not know Zion Johnson was.
Zion Johnson, yeah, he's a free agent too.
Yeah, because I remember we all wanted him from Boston College.
Yep. Me and Pat talked about it. You got the kid for Lele too from Baltimore.
Definitely, he hasn't produced.
You got a couple guys that are veterans too. Wyatt Taylor, and then what I said, Patino for Cleveland. So, I mean, there are going to be options to improve the line of the New York Jets, and the New York Giants. But it starts in the trenches, man, with these guys right here, man. It's going to be a bidding war. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Jets, Giants, all these different teams. It's going to be a bidding war.
And with your with teams with a new coaching staff, what type of philosophy? Because that's going to matter too. Are they going to be more of a physical power type of a team versus a finesse type of a team? Those things go into your factoring on what the teams are going to do. Now the Jets have a new OC, so what is Frank Wright? What is his philosophy? If you want to get a little bit. So take a look at what he was doing with Stanford.
Who playing quarterback for the Jets, though? See, that's the problem.
But that's where the run game comes into play. That's why I'm looking at them.
And that's why losing Verrett Tucker and Breece Hall is retarded. So they got to at least sign the guard. Unless you got plans to go and get one of these other guards that's out here that we looking at on this list. Because he's number 4 according to PFF. You can't take what you want, take PFF, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the message. You know what I mean? It's just a grading metric. You know what I'm saying? But they got him ranked 4th. And by my eyes, just looking at this list, I can't really argue with it. When healthy, that dude is good. So you got a guy in the building. I mean, it almost would seem like you would be downgrading, and he's only, he's still young, so you would be downgrading, in a sense, if you went and got somebody else. All right, we're out, and we're gonna get to baseball. You want the link, Mets? I can share it at this time, but I'm gonna get into not a lot to talk about with baseball. It really isn't, but I want to get to one quick note on the Yankees.
New York Yankees.
And let me send out this link to Mets. All right, man. So Yankees float encouraging Garrett Cole possibility as team enters spring training in good health. So the Yankees healthy. Let's see how long that lasts. The Yankees healthy for once going into to spring training. So Read a little bit here. At time when managers around Florida and Arizona delivering bad news in the form of injuries, no news was good news for Aaron Boone and the Yankees on Wednesday as pitchers and catchers and World Baseball Classic participants reported to spring training and underwent physicals at George M. Steinbrenner Field. Boone indicated that they had a healthy bunch aside from the 4 players who they already disclosed will begin the season on the injured list as Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Clark Smith, and Anthony Volpe. You know, 3 of them are pitchers, right? You see that, right? You see how that is, all right? So you're already starting on the downslide, man. But apparently, there's still a long way to go before now and opening day, but the Yankees at least seem to be starting off on the right foot, which is not always the case.
Yeah,
as far as I know, says I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah, 6 more weeks to go until opening day.
How are you doing, man? You see the thing with you, buddy. I know what triggers me with you. You ain't got no goddamn manners.
Apologies.
See, all of us, me, Pat, Coach, we was all raised with manners. We come in, we wait to speak, finish, let him speak. We say, "What's up? Hello, how you doing? What's going on, guys?" And then we go to work. You come in, straight to it. Go ahead, man. I'm picking with you, bro. Okay.
Well, as for the Mets, we got a problem just as soon as everyone gets there. Lindor is going to be on the shelf due to hamate bone surgery, or however you pronounce it.
You know, we still on the Yankees portion of the show, but anyway, that's what else I gotta help you. But because I do want to get Coach. That's the only reason I don't want you to interrupt this portion, because we got Coach, and Coach is a Yankees fan like myself, so you got to give us Yankees fans respect on Heart of the City. Coach. Garrett Cole, man. We need Garrett Cole back. Got to have Garrett Cole back this year. If the Yankees plan on doing anything, I feel like you got to have your ace on deck. What's your thoughts, though, bro? Yankees, it seems like they're healthy as of now. Well, on getting healthy.
Right now, I'm waiting to see how things go, because I complain a lot about the Yankees, but they were, even with major injuries last year, they were still one of the better teams. And, I get why they brought everyone back to see if you can do, and then if you can run it back, and then with those who are out with injuries, where you can go with them. So I'm trying to be a little bit more optimistic. To start the season, I get it. You're going to have certain guys on the injury list, but it's a long season. And if they can just hold the fort and those other guys come in and contribute, can it put them in position to be tops? Because everything that I've read so far is the Yankees are the favorite in the AL. And I'm sitting here saying, what? And you're shaking your head. No, I'm saying the things that I read. You can't tell me the things I read. That's why I said the things I read say the Yankees are the favorite. Now, how true that is, I don't know. You still have to play the game. I get where you're coming from. But I'm trying to be more optimistic, where if they still were a good team last year, now we were expecting them to win or get to the World Series and compete. So I get that level of frustration and desire, but if they can hold the fort and they can stay within a game, in the second place in the AL or tops in the American League, and then you get Garrett Cole with some of the other pitchers that they had, it's like, are they really? Can my expectation, as long as they produce, then I can get a little bit more excited coming to playoff time. So I'm waiting to see. but I'm not going all goofy gaga, because the Yankees have let me down time and again. So, but if things go right, the things that I read, I'm like, okay, I didn't realize that. So, go ahead, Mitch.
But here's the question: can either of you guys trust Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone? Time and again, these two have been under the gun, and they basically become the baseball equivalent of Mike Tomlin and whoever was running Pittsburgh before Tomlin stepped down. Constantly getting into the playoffs, but or having a 500 record at plus 500 record at worst, and more often than not, screwing the pooch.
Where were they positioned last year? They were second in the American League East, right?
Yes.
And they were technically were tied, but it went to Toronto, and Toronto was tops in the American League. So, and that's without all your key pieces. I get what you're saying about Aaron Boone and Cashman, but on the flip side, that's why I said I have to be a little bit more optimistic. If they were tied for tops in the American League without a lot of their key players, if you have those key players, doesn't it say that you can expect them to step up?
Yes.
I don't think the Aaron Boone thing and Brian Cashman thing to me is about results. To me, it's about philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And what kills me with them is we don't get what we used to get out of our farm system. Mm-hmm. And it seems like every trade you make nowadays, it backfires on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you look at some of the old ones, the more recent, Juan Soto, you gave up what you gave up for Juan Soto, and then he's over on the Mets now, and you lose him, and your players that you traded for him. So it's stuff like that bothers me with the Yankees. It's not necessarily that they are not going to be a good team or be in contention for a World Series or be, fighting for the top of the division. It's the philosophy of you're not really trying to change it. You got an analytical front office now, and within those analytics, you take away the human aspect, which should tell you, especially in a baseball game, when my batter is swinging, I ain't taking him out. When my pitcher is pitching, I ain't taking him out. You got to read situations like that. And then from a front office standpoint, you're doing these number games and you pushing too forward for the now, and you're not building up for the future. And that's why you keep trading and making these trades and signing all these old veterans, and then they get hurt, and then you got a bunch of hurt 30-year-olds on your team that ain't nobody playing and doing crap.
And then throw in another factor. When the Yankees get to bat, what has been the philosophy? Double or nothing. Swing for the fences. Get over that fence. Rely on power rather than contact discipline.
Isn't that a lot of in baseball now? See, and that's the thing that I get what you're saying, because yes, I'm with you. Halftime and I talk about that. I've talked about that with NYG. Yeah, the old school hit and run, moving the players over. We've lost that. But if we look at all of baseball, it's not just the Yankees, it's all of baseball. For the most part, you might have a team or two here that small balls it and plays with good sound fundamentals, but everyone, it's just like with football. Football, everybody wants the high scoring games. Nobody wants the low scoring games.
What's good?
So they want to see the home runs. I get it, and that's why I'm saying, and based on everything that we're talking about, even the philosophy, again, they were still up there. So if we change the philosophy, does that mean the production is going to come down?
I don't think it's everybody in baseball that's necessarily doing it, or maybe it is, but it's not to the level of like, okay, this is our this is all we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not to that level. Like you see teams for instance, I remember the Rays a few years ago. They played that type of baseball.
They play small.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, I get
So
that,
like
yeah.
you'll see teams that come along that'll play a style of baseball, but also those teams that pop up like that, how they're doing it through their farm system.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And
I get you.
that's one of the main things that the Yankees missing. Remember they had Jeter, Pettit, all these players come through the farm system.
Rivera.
Didn't George Steinbrenner see? And that's the thing. Don't forget, George Steinbrenner was doing what the Dodgers is doing now.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Dodgers and Mets have copied the
please.
Yankees formula,
Exactly.
and the Yankees are now they want to be a small market team. And a
But
big market.
you even said it though. What small market team has 3 players that are making $300 million? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. They want a penny pinch.
I'm not saying a small market team like the dang on Milwaukee Brewers or Pittsburgh Pirates is. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying a
team.
team. I'm saying a team that you're letting your competitors outdo what you do best. And that's why you can't win, because you're not doing what do we always talk about with the football? How the Giants need to go back to being the Giants, how the Knicks need to go back to being the Knicks on the basketball court. It's the same thing with baseball. The Yankees need to go back to being the damn Yankees and
that's
get the guys, man.
That's
This
exactly. That's outspending.
You better do it now before they try to implement a salary cap, because that's what they try to do in baseball. That's why
I know that. I agree with you. But again, that goes back to the point that I was just saying. If the Yankees do what we have grown up on the Yankees doing because of George Steinbrenner, which is what the Dodgers and now the Mets are doing, but the Yankees,
that's how you win in baseball.
Don't want to do that.
That's
per
what
se.
the Red Sox do.
They,
Look, they do it too. Like, that's what teams do.
Yes, I agree with you.
They spend money because baseball, that's the advantage in baseball, is no cap. So you can do that. And yeah, it's a disadvantage to the small market teams, and it does hurt baseball overall product. But if you're the team, I'm taking advantage of the rules.
Yes.
and we're seeing,
I'm with you.
And we're seeing how that, and we're seeing how that's bearing a lot of fruit for the Dodgers, deferring so much of those huge the money in those huge contracts.
Yeah,
if the owners pay it. We don't pay it.
But they're doing what the Eagles do in terms of the void years in their contract.
Baseball fans don't count money like that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter to them. You know what I'm saying? That's an owner problem. That's an ownership problem. All that luxury tax and all that shit got to fall back on the owners.
Yeah, and the small market owners, they love it because they capitalize on that.
Mm. And baseball revenue shares too. All the sports do. I got a whole documentary coming out.
Yeah, no, we know
we got a video. But yeah, they all revenue share, and so ain't nobody not eating. The fact is that if you want to be a winner, you got to be the bully on the block. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, pretty much.
And we all know who the bully is now. It's the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. But we can get to your Mets. I'll let you go ahead and share that news. I did see that Lindor was out there. I had this queued up in case you didn't come on today. But Lindor underwent that surgery. So you can go ahead and comment on that. And what
New York Mets.
In all honesty, it worries me because when the Mets shipped Luis Acuna to Chicago to get Luis Robert Jr., that got rid of their backup shortstop. Can you really trust Ronnie Mauricio or that other guy they picked up in off-season free agency to be shortstop 3 to be a backup for Lindor?
Nah, I trust Lindor better more than anybody out there. I'm not a Mets fan, but from what I watch of the Mets, I like Francisco Lindor. I like his play style. I think he's a very good player, and that hurts. But
I mean, sure, at the soonest we may get him back for the for the season opener against Pittsburgh. But what is that going to do? I mean, sure, spring training coming up in about 9 days. Small potatoes, and it's just basically a measuring stick for everyone to see which players make the cut and which ones get sent to the minor leagues. But having said that, it's going to be a grueling 6 weeks without without the guy who has been basically the main part of the core going back to 2021.
You think it hurts their? How do you think it hurts them? Like, if he's gonna be ready for the start of the season, do you think it hurts them? Is this like a thing where we talk about in football, like if the player if he misses camp, he's gonna start off slow, and you think that hurts the team overall, or what's your thoughts?
Kind of, something along those lines.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to understand that. But the Mets with Lindor here in the lineup, he was your leadoff hitter, right?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? So losing your leadoff hitter or having your leadoff hitter start slow in any season is an issue.
Then again, he's more often than not, he started the year on a slow foot with this.
But now he's gonna start extra slow. This
is
a
year that both David Stearns and Carlos Mendoza know they're under the gun. Last year, their reckless stupidity, especially with Mendoza putting in his pitchers in the worst possible situations analytically, screwed the Mets from June 13th onward up until the closing part of the season where they missed out on the playoffs. So more so with Mendoza than Stearns, he's under the gun. If he screws this up, bye-bye. It's his last shot.
Yeah.
The final year of that 3-year contract he got.
But firing the manager in baseball, given everything we just said about analytics and how they manage the game now, I don't know. You see, baseball to me, it diminishes the middleman a little bit when you play the game the way that they play it. You know what I'm saying? Because baseball used to be real. The managers were very important because you had to know when to pull a pitcher. You had to know when to send the runners. Like, you gotta know certain stuff to do in baseball, man. You know, I'm a baseball fan. You know what I mean? So I do think in baseball, the manager now in the game has lost his luster a little bit, man. I remember back for the Yankees, Joe Girardi. They wanted Joe out of there because of how he managed the game. And they got old Aaron Boone in there, and now look at us. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's the manager has lost his luster. I understand your frustration with the manager, man, and everything like that, but what this comes down to is them players that you paid a lot of money to being out there and performing and getting your money's worth. Because that's what the Mets are doing. They are trying to be that big market team. And when you're a big market team, you need those big market players to come through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that's about, man. But appreciate you tapping in, man. Baseball is slow. When it picks up, man, definitely gonna give you some more airtime on here, man, because you know I get into it, especially when it comes to the Yankees. Yankees, boy. Tell you what.
Kind of ironic that they're starting the year in San Francisco on Netflix.
Yeah, see, Netflix, another thing we talk about. Netflix taking all your sports now. So, but
I know if they snatched up Monday Night Raw, even though I don't have Netflix.
Yeah, you better get it because all that shit gonna be in there for long. Don't you know they struck a deal with ESPN? Y'all better pay attention to NYG, bro. Y'all better pay attention to what I be telling y'all. All your sports, I say within 5 to 10 years, is gonna be on Netflix. It's gonna be one big ass conglomerate.
Yet Paramount got their hands on the UFC.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one big conglomerate. It's gonna be a Netflix, ESPN, Amazon Prime super bundle. Shit gonna cost you like $500 a month. It's gonna be like a car payment to watch all this shit. But I appreciate you tapping in, man. We're gonna get the coaching segment, man. And
well, I'm out. I'm gonna go to sleep. I got work. I got work tomorrow afternoon.
All right, man. I have fun at work, man. Don't work too hard. I know I won't, because I ain't working tomorrow. But let's get to coaching segment, man. It's gonna be an interesting one here. As we are going to get into the top anthem songs of New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, whatever. Anthem songs, culture songs that it's a city vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a city vibe. It's an area vibe. And that's what we mean about, some songs you hear could be from an artist from New York City, whatever. But it's just a general song. These songs hit home. What we mean by anthem songs. Coach, you always on point with this. We're gonna hit the intro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a little quick break while that intro play. But you got your stuff ready, man. We're gonna kick it off, man, and we're gonna get into this, man. Y'all follow along, pay attention, man. See if you know any of the songs. We can't necessarily play no music. I would love to play a little soundbite, but I can't even play 2 seconds of the shit without YouTube taking it down. So we're not gonna try. We're just gonna give you the slides to talk our shit. I have a beat, but let's hit the intro, man. Let's get into some culture, man. Let's talk some music, man. I love music, man. Let's do it. All right. Here we go.
I missed these.
Yeah, man. We are back. Culture segment, baby. Culture segment, man. Where we just hit home, man. We give you New York City culture, man. Food, music, clothes, artists, just culture, man. What hits home? Because this is heart of the city. So culture is soul. That being said, Coach, I know you got one. I know you got a hell of a list chopped up for us today, man. So we doing top 5 anthem songs of New York, New Jersey. Heart of the city, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Coach, set it off, bro.
All right. Coming in at number 5. Okay.
Number 5.
Naughty by Nature's Uptown Anthem. Man, now, first of all, they represent Jersey, but they are truly New York, man. And this song just gives you so much when you think about it. If you go back and you look at the lyrics, one of the key parts of the song is coming around your corner with my uptown bunch. I bet your bottom dollar that your bottom buck chumps give it up. It's a juice thing. Man, come on. When I hear sitting there saying that, I'm like, yo, Tredge, are you serious? Are you bringing it like that? Wow. Yes. Man, and when you hear it, you're like, yo, that represents the tri-state New York, New Jersey area, man. That makes you want to step up and say, yes, I'm from New York. I'm from New Jersey, man, because Naughty by Nature just brought it, man. They just always brought it. And that song just exemplifies it for me, especially being out there in them streets. So there you have it, number 5, Uptown Anthem. Coming in at number 4.
Number 4.
Come on, man. Billy Joel, I'm in a New York state of mind. Come on, man. I mean, the title alone says it all. I'm in a New York state of mind. It's very, soft. It's not hard, but it represents New York, man. You hear it and he's singing it, and your chest puffs out because you're proud that you're from the area. And then you get in those moments, something's going on, whatever it can be, and you in a New York state of mind. And it's like, yo, when you get into that mind frame, you're like, yo, I could do anything. Because if you from New York, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And that's part of that New York state of mind, man. And then Billy Joel, come on, man. I mean, his music is just timeless, man. Still rock this song till this day. You hear it, you start hearing it, you're like, I'm in a New York state of mind. It's like, yeah, Billy. Yeah, Billy, you rocking it with that one. So there you have it. I'm in a New York state of mind. Coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
Come on, Ja Rule, New York. I mean, come on. It's another one. I remember when Josh Hart was traded here and he's on Twitter singing this song. He's giving the facial expression. You got the fitted on. You got the loose fit shirts. Everything. This is like New York. This is it. Gritty.
New York.
New York. I mean, there you have it. You smacking the rest of the country in the face, because it's like, here it is, right here in New York, man. So there you have it. Coming in at number 2.
Number 2.
Come on, if you don't know, then you don't know. Empire State of Mind, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z. Come on, Concrete Jungle, man. Oh my gosh, man. I don't even need to say, when you hear it, you just like, yeah. And when you saw the video and she had the Empire State Building right there, you like, yeah, that's New York, man. That's New York, man. That's them streets right there. Male, female, it don't matter. Empire State, that's where it is. The concrete jungle. Tell them about it, man. There you have it, man. And coming in at number 1.
Number 1.
I don't need to say anything else, man. Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. I mean, we Yankees fans, don't they always play this song in New York? I mean, at Yankees games? I mean, everyone knows this song, man. Everyone. And you sing it. It don't care if you upscale, you from the streets. It don't matter. Don't matter if you're a cop, if you're a doctor, a lawyer. It don't matter. Everyone, if you from New York, if you from the area, you know this song, you singing it. So there you have it. That's my top 5 anthem songs for New York. Go ahead. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, man. Very, very good list. I pegged a few of those was gonna be on that list. So you know, I privy to go the unpopular route on this one. But nevertheless, solid. Can't go wrong with Frank Sinatra, of course. You can't go wrong with really any Jay-Z or Biggie song that they made, you know, during that era. And of course, Ja Rule.
Exactly.
I forgot about old Ja. But all right. Pat, let's get this cracking, baby. Let's get this cracking, bro. All right, so we're gonna start off. Number 5. This is really a no.
Number 5.
Ante up. Ante up. Ante up. Do you understand? Do you get him? What? Yeah, bro. If you from New York, bro, and you heard this song anywhere, bro, you ready to punch somebody in the like, yo, this joint right here, man, of course, MOP from Brownsville, Brooklyn. You already know what it is, man. Got to give him, bro, my Brownsville brothers some love, man. Actually met these dudes, man. Chopped it up with them a few times. So cool ass brothers, man. Shout out to MOP, not Mobb Deep. MOP. A lot of people get them confused, man. But Ante Up is definitely an anthem in my goddamn book. Let's get number 5.
Number 4.
This is my version of the New York State of Mind. It is a cut from Billy Joe, so that's why I was kind of laughing a little bit when Coach pulled that up. But Nas, man, yo, if you ain't in a New York State of Mind when you get done listening to this song, bro, I don't know what's gonna put you in there. Whether it's this version or the Billy Joel version, but I grew up on this version. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the projects, man. Shout out to Queensbridge. Shout out to Nas. Bro, this was like, when this song came out, it changed people's way of looking at rap. Cause it was like, yo, wasn't nobody spitting like Nas. You put Nas in your top 5 you want to. It's up to you. But again, this was one of the songs that changed how people, the poetic aspect of rhyming or rapping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vinny, absolutely, man. You already know. New York State of Mind. All right. Here go an underrated one for y'all. Y'all probably don't know about this one, but I'm gonna school you. Number 3. Let's get to it.
Number 3.
Yeah, you got it right up. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? And that's how the song go. It's a Biggie song. I wish I could play a little clip for y'all, but it's a freestyle and it's just, and when that joint got played in the club or anywhere you was at, where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Yo, and he, you know, the bars that was spit by B.I.G. like unmatched, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this was a legendary time where being from New York actually meant something. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were prideful ass songs, bro. You know, and yeah, where Brooklyn at? You know, I could hear it now. Matter of fact, when we get done, play for Pat Coach. We're gonna listen to it. Because this is my shit, man.
Yeah, that's when him and Pac was freestyling.
Yeah. All right. So I got that at number 3 just because y'all I'm not too these next two, you gonna know. All right. So we're gonna get to the heavy hitters now. Number 2.
Number 2.
Ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Scared to look. They shook. Shook ones, bro. Shook ones, Mobb Deep. Everybody know this joint. And when you hear this song, what do you think of? New York. You ain't think about nowhere else. Where else you think about, bro? This is definitely one of the. This is a. Fuck New York. This is a American anthem song, bro. What? The greatest. Look at that, man. Shout out to my producer. Mobb Deep Shook Ones Part 2B has been crowned as the greatest in the history of hip hop. Motherfucking nigga right there, bro. My G. I know what I'm talking about, bro. Yes. Shook Ones. Don't look, son. You shook. Anyway, let's get to number 1.
Number 1.
Cash. Use everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Yo. Ain't no anthem song or list complete, in my opinion, without a Wu-Tang song. It's the biggest posse clique in New York. They all have history. Numerous posse songs, man. This one of the original ones, though, man. Anthem songs, I should say. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, you know, this put Wu on the map worldwide. We all knew about it. Brooklyn, New York, tri-state area, worldwide. An honorable mention, I will go with another member of Wu-Tang, which is ODB and Brooklyn. Shame on you when you step through to the old dirty bastard, Brooklyn. See, so Wu-Tang got a lot of these joints. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show my brother some love right here, man. Shout out to the Wu. Salute, man. Know some of them cats too, man. But anyway, Wu-Tang. Now again, you could put these songs in any order. So mind me with the order. I just wanted to get some of the more well-known ones towards the top. You know, good. Y'all like mainstream. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm unpopular opinion sports, and I'm unpopular opinion life. My life is unpopular, man. I listen to these type of joints, man. These are my anthem songs, man. I respect Coach's list, and I love it. This is my list, goddammit. Like it, love it, critique it, do what you want with it. I'm done with you. What y'all thought?
Yeah, that was fire, man. That was fire.
I love both lists, but I will include one more. The Rough Riders anthem.
Yeah, he put it in there. DMX. Yeah. Oh, got me. I knew I was leaving something off the list. Yeah. Stop. Shut up. That was my shit too in high school. Whoa. That's a Rough Riders roll.
Yeah. That's what I agree with, but the Rough Riders anthem gotta be in there somewhere.
See, that's the beauty of the anthem too. For each of us, everything is different, and there can't be any wrong ones because they all are hitting in one way or another, man.
All hit.
You know, so you know it, and they all signify New York City. That's the point. That's the point. It hits the heart of the city.
Yeah.
The anthem hits that heart of the city. So that's why DMX is perfect. I mean, you look, we were talking about
DMX,
the Bronx.
Yeah, we slipped on that one. That's got
to you old school. KRS-One, the South Bronx, the South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Yeah. South. Yeah.
It's like yo, you can hit anything. So
listen to
you know, and man, come on. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was sitting here because I love Red. I love Redman, and it's like you gotta put Red.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
See,
oh my God, I forgot about that shit.
So it's like it's like you hit them with so many different ones. So I mean, like I said, it's just so many. It's the main point to me. Like when we was talking about this, is what represents and signifies this area. That's really what it is. And when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that's New York. So, yeah, Ill Street, yeah.
Ill Street Blues, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love me some cool.
Vinny G been on it tonight.
Vinny G been on it, bro.
Yeah. So
that's why I love these coaching segments, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I said I miss doing this, and it's just like, and we could sit here and go for hours. We're like, oh yes, somebody come up with another one. Oh,
forget more. Yeah.
So it's trust me, you know, you can Google top New York City anthem songs, and you probably come up with hundreds. So
I got one more too, John Blaze, Big Pun.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny, Pat? I was like saying Redman, and I said Big Pun because I'm like, you know, you got to put it in for the Bolitas. So it's like, you know, because that's part of the culture too. So it's like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
with the Bronx though, definitely got a pun. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to put pun in there, man.
Ooh, you're taking it old school. Yes, yes.
You should, yeah.
You know, I mean, we can go Dougie. I mean, damn, man, we. No, never mind. Let's stop.
Gotcha.
I mean, because
hey, y'all keep putting them in the chat, man. We gonna chop it up, man. But we're gonna get to coaches corner here, man. As we get ready to head out here with this show, man. But yo, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna keep bringing these for y'all, man. These coaching segments, and if you got a topic out there, put it in the chat. Let us know. You know, we'll come up with it, and we'll do a top 5 on it, man. I like doing these top 5. You know what I'm saying? It makes you think a little bit, gets the wheels turning, and it's fun when we put them out there. So,
I got one from Chicago for y'all. Do you want to ride?
Let's see. I can't wait to do that Heart of the City Chicago, bro. I'm telling you, that's gonna be litty smitty, boy. We're gonna talk about music, the food, all that, bro. But all right, coach, what you got for us, man? It is time for. We've been lacking over here, man. We ain't got no college news, no W. We like starving little puppies, man, for our coaches quarter, man. You know what I'm saying, man? We ain't got. We don't know what's going on with the WABA, with the college football, the basketball. I've been trying to keep up with a little bit, but not really. But yeah, man, it's. I know you got us tonight, bro.
All right, so before we get into the really meat of it, you know, and YG just talked a little about the Liberty. Right now, there's nothing much going on with the Liberty. It's the off season, number one, but number two, they're in a CBA negotiation. So while they're not on strike or they're being held out or anything of that nature, it's just everyone is throughout the league. It's just waiting until the contract is taken care of. That's really what it boils down to. You know, Plus, me and Kay, we're going to be getting back. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the W and women's sports that's going on. But I will say this right now, in comparison to what they were just getting paid, the women are about to get paid, man, and they deserve it. So, right now, again, nothing with the W. The only thing I can tell you, which is not directly in this area, but the Unrivaled is being played. So it's a 3-on-3 tournament. So if you want some women's basketball, you can turn that in. A lot of the players are there playing. So, but let's get right into the meat and potatoes, and we're going to start with St. John's. A little St. John's basketball. They're currently on a 10-game winning streak. So, they're definitely playing some good ball. During the run, they even beat top-ranked UConn. So that tells you, because UConn is one of those teams. So with their most recent, with St. John's most recent win, Coach Rick Pitino, he stands at 904 wins, and he's number 3 in Division I men's basketball, passing Roy Williams. Now he's only behind Mike Krzyzewski. He's behind Coach K at 1,202 and Jim Boeheim at 1,116. Another fun fact in reference to this most recent win, it was the second win over Xavier, which are in the Big East Conference. A fun fact, his son Richard is the head coach of Xavier, so he just beat his son 2 times in the past couple of weeks. Now they're coming in the AP poll, in the AP and the coaches poll at number 17. So looking forward to them continuing up the ranks and continue to play some good ball. So looking forward to that. Good job, Donnies. We're going to go ahead and move over to Syracuse University. Nothing in football. Their season has long been over with, no major changes. Now, in the athletic department, their athletic director, John Wildhack, he's actually retiring, and he's planning to leave the school on July 1st. Now, he came to Syracuse in 2016 after a long tenure at ESPN as an executive. His time at the school, it's been mixed, as the football program provided inconsistent play, and the basketball program fumbled the exit of Hall of Fame coach Jim Boeheim. And, to some people, it's faded from the national relevancy. There was a time that when you said Syracuse, you always said national, you always thought them in the national perspective. Now, his achievements at Syracuse included an overhaul and modernization of the JMA Wireless Dome and an NCAA men's soccer national title in 2022. So much respect there in reference to that. Now in basketball, freshman phenom Keon Anthony, son of NBA legend Carmelo Anthony, he was recently benched for a game against Virginia. In an ESPN article, it reported that the senior Anthony Carmelo appeared to be on board with the benching. Keon, a freshman on the basketball team, has been a consistent contributor, playing in all the games prior to the benching. On ESPN's Instagram page, Carmelo wrote that the benching will help his son down the road. He'll be good, Anthony wrote. That is part of the journey. A little adversity don't hurt. And head coach Adrian Autry said it was his call to bench Anthony, no one else's. So hopefully, like Carmelo said, he will learn from this and it will help him be better. Now, the Orange at overall, they're having a rough season. They're at 12-11. So definitely looking for them to continue to move forward. Now, I'm going to the Tri-State New Jersey, New York Legends. And I'm going to be talking about a legend from Rutgers University, Paul Leroy Robeson. Paul Robeson was born April 9th, 1898 in Princeton, New Jersey. Now, he played high school ball in Somerville, New Jersey, excelling in football, basketball, baseball, and track. He also performed in school plays and sang in the chorus. From there, he attended Rutgers College. Then it was Rutgers College, earning an academic scholarship to earn his degree. He became the third African-American student ever to enroll at Rutgers and the only one at that time. He was the first to also play on the football team. Now, he tried out for the football team, and his resolve to make the squad was tested as his teammates engaged in excessive play, during which his nose was broken and his shoulder dislocated. He played 4 years for the famous coach G. Foster Sanford. At Rutgers, they had a record of 22-6-3 during that time. In 31 games, he scored 941 points to the opponent's 191. He was a powerful contributor to that record. Rutgers scored 941 points, but Roberson was a powerful contributor to that record. He was a two-time All-American, and Frank Menke named him All-American in 1917 and 1918. Walter Camp picked him for the Walter Camp Award team in 1918, and Camp considered him the greatest end ever. Now, following college, he played 3 years in the pro, 1920 with Hamilton, 1921 with Akron, and 1922 with Milwaukee in the American Professional Football League. He was reported to make as much as $500 a game. And if you know anything about in the 1920s, $500 is a lot of money. He received the Whitney Young Memorial Award. Ebony magazine called him one of the 10 most important Black Americans in American history. Rutgers named 3 buildings for him: a library on the Camden campus, Student Center in the Newark campus, and the Paul Robeson Cultural Center on the New Brunswick campus. He earned varsity letters in multiple sports at Rutgers. He was also a noted actor, singer, and activist. So there you have it, Paul Robeson, a true legend. Going over into Rutgers. Now, I have a little Rutgers football news. They fired pretty much everyone on their defensive coaching staff. And it's taken literally a little over 2 months for them to announce and fill the position. So today it went to the Board of Governors, and a new defensive coordinator was filled. Travis Johansson, he's the former head coach of the University of South Dakota at the FCS level, has accepted the position. And he did very well at South Dakota. He was 1 year as the head coach, and he made the playoffs there. And he lost to Montana in the quarterfinals. He's a well-versed DC, bringing effective leadership skills, player development. He's had several players earn FCS All-American honors and NAIA honors. He's a good game caller, and he's coming to the banks of the old Raritan, so expectation is high. His coaching career, of course, now he's the defensive coordinator at Rutgers. He was the head coach last year at South Dakota. 2022 to 24, he was the South Dakota associate head coach and defensive coordinator. 2019 to 2021, he was also just the defensive coordinator. At 2013 to 2018, he was at the NAIA Grandview as the defense coordinator and secondary coach. 2011 to 2012, his alma mater, he was the defensive coordinator at Concordia St. Paul's. And 2006 to 2010, he was just a defensive assistant. There's additional coaches joining the staff, as former Drake head coach Joe Woolley is a defensive assistant. Most speculate he's going to be like the lead defensive coordinator to back up Johansson. Also, former Drake DC Adam Cox joins the staff as the safety coach. Eric Finney is a cornerback coach, and he's coming over from South Dakota. And outside linebackers coach Julian Campani, he's actually leaving Rutgers to go to the Los Angeles Chargers for an NFL position. So a lot of changes right there, and there's a lot of positive enthusiasm with this going on, because last year the defense was the worst in the FBS level. in wrestling news, the Scarlet Knights secured a major win, taking down number 6 Minnesota 23-15. Now, this was a big win as the fans at Jersey Mike Arena brought the energy, and the wrestling team put on a show for the Rutgers faithful. And this is something that is needed because we've been trying to build up the wrestling program here at Rutgers. So there you have it in terms of the Rutgers news. And to close it out, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of Seton Hall news. Tonight, the Pirates defeated Providence 87-80. Adam Clark led the way with 31 points, 8 assists. And with the win, it moved the Hall to 17-8 on the season. So looking for them to continue to work hard and do well in the Big East Conference. And also looking for them to make the NCAA. So there you have it. That's going to be Coach's Corner. Back to you, NYG.
All right. So Melo's son over there acting up in Syracuse.
Well, I don't think he's playing well, and he probably was thinking his doo-doo don't stink. So you know how that goes. So and Pops had to you want to protect your kids, but it's like what, he probably does need that because he's been playing all the other games up and down as a freshman, but he's had his good moments. So, but hey, like I said, hopefully this will get him to settle in and continue to grow as a player. And look, if you want to get to the NBA, man, you gotta get rid of some of those funky attitudes. When you go play with them grown ass men, they ain't gonna be taking that.
Yeah, your daddy ain't gonna be there it ain't like LeBron. He got his daddy in the locker room with him. LeBron, he got his daddy in the locker room with him. Man, you ain't gonna have that luxury.
Excuse me. Exactly. Exactly. So,
but yeah, good stuff, bro. As always, man. This is gonna be interesting with these this lockout too, with this contract thing with these WNBA players because I mean they trying to get paid. You know how leagues are, bro. They want to hold their bottom line too. So
here's the thing. One of the biggest things with the contract that the league offered them a contract, but what it is they wanted to take operating expenses off the top before they brought the to the ladies, and the ladies like, no, we're not trying to do that. Now they were trying to give them a better, more of a percentage of the revenue after the fact. But the ladies like, no, we want 30% off of everything right off the get. They're not asking for 50 or 60%. They want 30% before all the expenses. And then you take your expenses from there, which, I can understand. And some of the top players are going to be making like 1.2 the first year up to 1.5. Which last year they were making $260,000. So that's a big jump. Yeah. So I get it. I understand where the ladies are coming from because they want that stability. They don't want to just take, pennies on the dollar. Look, we want to take dollar for dollar and we want what's rightfully ours. So, now I'm going to be doing some more research to see what's going on. So Tuesday, Cave and I are going to be talking more about this. So, make sure y'all tap into that. It's gonna be Tuesday, 7:00.
Definitely tap in. Over there with Coach and Caveman, and this is Coach and NYG, man, and we here with Heart of the City. Mm-hmm. Wednesday nights with the producer Big Pat on controls. Appreciate you, bro, man. But we about ready to get up out of here, man. This was a dope show, man. Appreciate you. Glad you back, Coach.
I'm glad to be back. I'm on that grind. Y'all pay attention. Bang. I'm telling y'all right now, we got some stuff coming for y'all. Pay attention. And, it's going to be exciting right now, because, everyone's talking about now that the football is closed, the off season, what do we do? Well, we got some stuff coming for y'all. So just pay attention. Make sure y'all tune in to my brother, to Big Pat, to me, and the rest of the crew. We got stuff for you. Even our brothers at the other side, we got stuff coming for you. So and it's gonna be fun, and
yeah,
Coach is ready for it, man.
Definitely shout out to the Hardcore Sports Network. Brother, I don't like that sister network. Our brother network. We not
that sister. I thought I said brother.
Nah. I'm just saying. You know how people say. You know how they say in the industry. This is our sister network. Nah, we not doing that over here.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Want to take more of a manly approach, but anyway, yeah. Shout out to Mitch and the Hardcore Sports Network. I do NBA Heat Check over there, so you can check that out on Hardcore as well as the Aboriginal Sports Network.
Mitch is also on both too, so he's doing. Yep. So got your wrestling over there.
Yep. We got you covered.
And here, yep,
all the way around.
So we got everything coming and a lot more. So trust me.
And check out Unpopular Opinion Sports tomorrow. I got a video for y'all. Y'all gonna like this one. You know what I'm saying? I got an unpopular opinion for y'all. So stay tuned to that. Also, stay tuned to Hidden History in Sports. New video drop. That's coming out tomorrow too, right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. So, NBA Heat Check Friday, NFL on ABSN Sunday. We got it all covered for you.
Yeah, I'm here Saturday too.
Yours truly.
Yeah, me and
the coach.
Me and halftime.
And with the producer.
2 old farts. The 2 old farts are back at it.
So I can't wait to listen to that. I love listening to it on my drive home. As I work on Saturdays. So, but I'm gonna be working here on Saturdays too. So y'all stay tuned, man.
One last thing I want to say before we get out of here. Look, respect to Bad Bunny and what he did. I know some people are saying they don't understand. Yo, the vibe was there, man. Music is universal, man. And just like we talk about music here, you see, I give you a little Frank Sinatra with hip hop. You feel it, man. Respect to him and all the Puerto Ricans that are out there. Stand up, stand proud. Nothing but love and respect from us, man. Always, man. So, gotta fight the power. Peace and blessings and power to us all.
Absolutely.
So there you have it.
You already know, man. We all people and we all in this together and we all here, man. Because we are what makes the heart beat in the city.
Bingo.
That being said, bro, good way to end it, man. Take us out, bro.